It's time for another episode of Journey Through Eorzea. I'm your host, Man with Hat. As we last left off, it is time to fight the World Eater Leviathan. Last episode was a little bit longer, wasn't intentional, but you know, I try to keep these two around an hour 15, hour 20, give or take. But every once in a while I get caught up into it, you know, but hey, it's neither here nor there. Anyway, so we're gonna get this queue going. Yep, we party. Oh wait, hang on. Party of other players or a party of other players? We're just gonna go with party of other players. Apparently you can't do this one with NPCs. Kind of surprised by that. Let's see. Average wait 13 minutes. And my cat's playing with a bird thing behind me. Cool. So yeah, it's looking good. I'm not quite. Seriously, cat? Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna hope that's not a continuation. Anyway, so I'm not going to wait till the 30 seconds because my cat's going crazy with the bird chirpy thing behind me, which I don't know if the mic is picking up. I can hear it natively, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, we'll be back when it pops. Alright, that wasn't too bad. It was like 5 or 6 minutes. Actually shorter than I thought it'd be, considering the average was 13. Alright, let's see. Oh, we got a hey! I'm actually a pretty big fan of Leviathan. I think it's a very interesting whole thing. So everybody go. Oh no, he's got them their shields. We're gonna need a bigger boat. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not above a Jaws reference. Alright, let's see how it goes. Hopefully this cutscene doesn't take too long. I just always feel bad when the cutscenes take long, because I know everyone should stand there like Pecora is serving a mold Gridanian punch. The other one performs a stately ball dance. Meanwhile I'm watching Peeps. Alright, let's scrap. I think it's got presence. Maybe not as much as Bahamut, but it's pretty good. Alright, well I'm not the first person to do this, so... or the only person doing this for the first time, so... Let's hit him with everything we got, shall we? Let's shoot him with our bows. I never am 100% sure what I'm supposed to be doing in this, like 90% of the time. We're getting close to the thing. I don't even know if we're supposed to do that yet. I don't think we are. I know at some point the tentacle shows up. Oh my gosh. No, I just love how dynamic this fight is. There's just so much stuff going on. You get knocked all over the place. I just think that's interesting, right? Is it the craziest thing ever? No, but it's cool to me. I think it would be interesting if that tentacle grabbed people and like threw them around the arena. That'd be interesting. But you know, hey, what are you gonna do? Oh no, it's a fish man. Listen, we got a Pictomancer out there? I'm seeing like weird paint and stuff. Well, better get over there. I don't know what that is. Welcome to I don't remember what this is or that is, the video game. Thankfully, being ranged DPS, I can put things from a distance. Well, okay. I'm gonna assume we have to kill these, because otherwise, you know, we start taking the deeps. We don't want that. That'd be bad. Bad guys that? Oh, bubble shield. If anyone's ever played Supreme Commander Forged Alliance, this reminds me of that. With the giant shield thing. Although I'd swear you used to have to activate that manually. Maybe someone did, but I didn't see anybody do it. Oh no. Everybody, oh no, we just wiped completely? What happened? I don't understand. We're supposed to activate something we didn't activate, didn't we? I have no idea what's happened. I haven't wiped on this fight in so long, I don't remember what happened. It's one of those things where mechanics, like, you forget what's supposed to happen. And you just kind of get used to everyone just doing what they're supposed to. But then there's a certain disconnect where when something has been so long from the last time you did it properly, that you don't remember what it's supposed to look like when it is done properly. So you go, well, I haven't had to do this, and I barely did it when it was new, so, like, you know, like, what am I supposed to do exactly, right? Like, I mean, you gotta think about it. As we play Final Fantasy XIV, the bigger the game gets, the more diluted the, like, pool is gonna be of things you need to know how to do. Like, you know, you're sitting there thinking, oh yeah, I gotta do this. This is all the mechanics for this dungeon, and that dungeon, and this thing. He delayed in using his main attack, so the converter ended before he did the thing. Alright, well, it happens sometimes. Alright. That explains everything, I guess. See, I kinda understand what he's talking about, but, like, not enough, I guess. Hit me with paralysis? No, they hit someone else with paralysis. Like, I don't know, is the guy standing there, is he activating it? Is that what we're doing? Because clearly somebody's doing something. But yeah, I like this fight, but I've never actually had to interact with it any real way. So, like, I don't actually know what we're supposed to be doing. I'm just attacking things as best I possibly can. Trying to keep, like, rotations up to a degree, things like that. Everything else doesn't really mean anything to me. I'm showing my ignorance right now. Okay, so we're all kind of gathered. Alright. I don't know. I don't know what that is. We can get out of that. Oh, that still hit me? Come on. That shouldn't have hit me. Okay, so we got the bubble up this time. Alright, we actually made it. I think. Similar thing. We didn't die this time. You challenged me with trickery, fools. Oh. But yeah. Aside from the total fumble that was, and my complete ignorance as to what I'm supposed to be doing, it's pretty cool. We can burn this guy down a little bit. I don't see anybody else around, so that's good. Let him break the tail for no reason. Trying to hit me with an AoE? What are you doing? On the stand, it's staying there. Oh, can't say like, oh, and then it's over. See, that's what usually happens. It just ends, and I'm surprised that it ends every time. It's really cool, but I'd have to go back and like study mechanics to actually remember how. I know you have to deploy the shield, but I know that I'm getting part of this mixed up with the Bismarck fight. I guess I'll give it to the Goth Girl Paladin, why not? Did we get a commendation? We got a player commendation, guys. We're good to go. Alright, time to go back. Now that everyone was standing here, I could have just talked to them, but not anymore. They all decided to go back to Limsa, so now I have to make my way back, I guess, which is fine. Alright. Well, I think everyone knows exactly what that means, don't we? You're thinking, well, we could ride Mjolnir, or we could fly, or we could teleport. Don't get me wrong, that's all true. We could do any of that, you know that? But you know what we're gonna do, don't you? Don't you, kids? We're gonna do the Chocobo Porter as soon as I figure out where the Chocobo Porter is. Where is the? It's over that way. Okay. I feel like it does. I'm like building up to this meme, and alas, it is nowhere to be found. I had lunch with a friend of mine today, telling him all about Dawn Trail and how bad the story is. But told him it didn't really matter for him because the dungeons are cool, and he skips cutscenes anyway. So I said it'd be perfect for you. You'd ignore the story and you don't care, and no one should care because Dawn Trail's bad. You know. Alright, let's head back to Limsa Laminsa. But yeah, no, I was telling him all about it. I was like, yeah, I've just been recording these videos here, recounting the whole story. I said, you ever want to know what actually happened in the story of this game? Because he's telling me, he's like, yeah, I'm sure the story's great, but that's not what I'm here for. And so that I was like, well, I can't really argue with that kind of logic. I mean, there's a truth in that. And so from there, you know. But I was like, well, you'd love Dawn Trail then, because the story is garbage, and no one cares about it anyway. So, only the deluded think that Dawn Trail is actually good. That's my personal opinion. I know that might be insulting to some, but last I checked, it's not my job not to insult people. It is my job to tell the truth of what I actually think about things. If Alex Jones can get away with saying whatever he wants all the time, I think I can get away with saying that Dawn Trail is bad, and people that like it don't know what they're talking about. It's like people, here, you want me to go on a tangent? Let's go on a tangent right now. People saying that Dawn Trail is good are only not as bad, I should say, as people who think Halo 4 is a good Halo game. This is my personal opinion. If you are out there right now, you're watching this, and there's a cross-section of people who are like, man, I love Final Fantasy XIV, but I also like Halo. Like me, I'm here to tell you, Halo 4 is a bad game, and it does not have any redeeming qualities. The only redeeming quality it had, I don't know, assault rifle sounded cool, I guess. I don't know. Like, people want to say, we'll say thick Cortana was something, but no, that's it. And that's been my traveling wisdom. Oh, that's right. This whole thing. You know what? Let's talk to. I don't know if we can do it in New Game Plus. Let's see if it'll let us do it or not. Let's talk to House Valentino. No, it won't let me do it. At some point, I have to stop by and do this before it's actually over. All right. Anyway, that's been my Imperial minute, so to speak. Actually, wait. I think I just have to go back the command room. Yeah, that's just downstairs. Let's just go downstairs instead. Instead of being a goof. The goob. Okay, let's play a game. It's called Where Are the Stairs? I think I remember now. They are over here. They are not over here. I'm dumb. Don't listen to me. This happens literally every time I come here. I go, yeah, I just gotta go downstairs. And I'm like, it's in one of these hallways is the stairs, and I always forget which one it is. And then run around to each one of them until I finally find the one I want. So let's go figure out what we're doing. Knowing the urgency of your business, I thought it best to refrain from making conversations during the past few visits, but today I will permit myself a few words. I feel truly privileged to have been the honor of meeting a hero such as you. You're an inspiration to us all, sir. And on that note, the Admiral awaits you in the command room. Wink. Alright. He's like, yeah, you're a baller. And everybody's standing here, feeling cool. I can't get, like, I've been paying attention. I can't get over Midfilia's garb, dude. Midriff and, like, a butt port. I don't know what you want to call it. Just a little stuff so you can see and see the spandex or butt. It's like...
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you.
You know, I love it when they just blindside me with, like, actual voice cutscenes. Like, I wasn't expecting it, and then there it is.
Not for the first time. You have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks.
You know, my hard time with Merlwyb is I have a friend who, when he's only played the trial version of this game. And if you want to know what that's all about, watch a video I have on my channel called Following Lazarus. That's my friend that he plays with me a little bit occasionally. And he was playing this and he had to pick a Grand Company, and he picked the Maelstrom for one reason and one reason only. He called Merlwyb, quote, mommy, which I think is a little cringe, but like, okay, fine, whatever. To him as it was, he's kind of cringe anyway. Anyway, So he did that. My thing with Merweb is, I am torn between thinking she is attractive. I mean, also I'm noticing, look at that belt. Like, how's that supposed to line up around her neck exactly? Like, you see the tongue. Never mind. I'm just looking at it and thinking, like, what is with Japanese animators and putting belts on everything? And this one, that's just so impractical. Anyway, but no, Merweb is like on the fence between, like, obviously, okay, she's busty, her face is like okay, but like got the weird hair because she's like a Rogadin or whatever. But Femros are very hit and miss. She's super pale. It's very strange. I'm the most fence-sitting person on this. I can't decide for myself if Merweb is actually attractive or kind of like just uncanny in a weird way, and it just throws me every time. I love how they put.
'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
That always catch me off guard. I always think they're gonna wait and I can say something real quick, and then all of a sudden they go, "Oh no, here I am."
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
You gonna teach people how to be ninjas? I can't remember. Well, you eventually was it Oboro or whatever, and he's the one that teaches you about being a ninja, so...
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own.
I wonder if this is when they introduced Ninja, because I remember Ninja and was it Rogue or whatever, I can't remember. It originally introduced, it wasn't along the initial like classes you could pick to start the game. You had to go through, and then eventually like it just showed up one day and everybody was walking down there. The piers down there where the Rogue hideout is or whatever were just absolutely slathered with people, because everyone was like, oh my gosh, Ninja's out, we gotta get Ninja. And so everyone was like down there getting it. But I wonder if this is about the same time they introduced Ninja, because Ninja was introduced a little while after I started playing. So sometime between, so I would probably start playing around like 2.1, 2.2, I'm gonna guess.
By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
He's trying to lay it on thick. Like, oh, hey, what can I say?
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Just absolutely laying him out.
Of course.
Just betraying him out in the open in front of a woman. Wow.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
They are just absolutely thrashing him. Look at his face right now. Look at that. This man has just been utterly betrayed by... They're like sisters who are just like, hey, our brother sucks. Deal with it. Right in front of a girl he brought home. This is like the roughest thing ever.
Minfilia, please!
Oh, I'm sorry, Thancred. You didn't deserve this.
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in.
I appreciate the realism there. It's like, hey, we would take you in and help you. We want to help you, but we are in no condition to help you. I would say Lominsa, I think Redania is probably in the best shape, but like they're always so like up hoity-toity about everything, they can't do it, so I'm not surprised by that either.
Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
Oh, that's cool, alright.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
I'm gonna teach them how to fight.
You wished a word in private.
Yeah, what's going on? What we got going on here?
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation.
I mean, did they really? Like, they just don't like not being able to get their way, right? Like, because every time I've ever talked to a beast tribe, right? Every beast tribe says, hey, we don't really respond to those people, right? They're kind of crazy and out there. We just want to live in peace and be cool. They don't. And it's like, there's always like this subsection that's like, we're being oppressed. And it's like, are you really? Yeah, when you go and attack some nearby colony or whatever, and then they slaughter you, you're like mad about it. It's like, you brought it on yourself. You didn't see this group over here who weren't fighting, nothing happened to them. So just don't do it. And they're like, but we're doing the whole, oh, self-preservation. Nah, man. You can miss me with that. I'm out.
It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'ashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
That's what I'm saying, man.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
Well, sometimes stuff... You know what? This is going to turn into like a socio-political thing. I'm not meaning it for it to be, but I'm saying when they do that, they're going to bring out some like kind of thing. I'm just saying, she's talking about that, but the problem is who is attacking who? If we're attacking them for no reason, then we're at fault. If they're attacking us because they're mad at us or whatever, and basically for no reason, then they're at fault. Right? You can get on like... Man, I do not want this to become a socio-political thing. I'm just saying that like we're having this dialogue, right? And it's like she's trying to throw this thing where it's like, well, everyone has a right. Well, yeah, everyone has a right, but like that stops at just like people just like one side or the other just killing the other one because it's like convenient for them or whatever, right? Like if one side infringes and does stuff they're not supposed to, we can't do that. But we're doing this like bleeding heart thing, and it just kind of like, like come on, let's not do that, all right?
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, see, Miralib's being very pragmatic here. Like, I don't want to be... I've had a little bit to drink, so roll with me here. But no, Merle's being very pragmatic here, right? She's saying, like, look, I'm not saying that any... Like, two wrongs don't make a right. That was the thing my dad always told me for years and years and years when I was growing up. Two wrongs don't make a right. I absolutely agree with that. But she's saying, like, hey, look, if push comes to shove, like, I got to do what I got to do, right? And I'm going to do it, right? So I can't argue with that. Look at her face. She's absolutely resolute in how she feels about this situation. She's not happy about it, but she's doing what she has to do. This is, like, actually compelling in a way, right? Like, because you have two, instead of, like, two sides just kind of, like, passively going, like, oh, it's so sorry. Like, I don't know. I'm just thinking about Dawn Trail, right? Like, oh, if we could just have more friendship and blah, blah, right? But you have two sides that are talking about, like, an actual desperate issue, and they're actually having, like, a nuanced conversation about it. And it's not even that nuanced. It's just more nuanced, right? This is a far more interesting exchange than a lot of the stuff I saw in Dawn Trail. In fact, pretty much than anything I saw in Dawn Trail.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then. But know that it will lead to no good end.
That whatever, man. Like, it's like, what? It's a lose-lose is what you're saying? Nah. That is literally like, okay, I know I was talking memes. You know the meme where the guy's riding the bicycle and then throws a stick in his own tire, then crashes and then blames something else?
Man has ever put himself first and foremost.
It's like, that's literally what we're talking about here, at least in my opinion.
To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
What are we talking about right now? Like, who's she talking to? She's talking to herself? Like, she's like, what do you want to say? Self-talking? I don't know.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
I'm not sure what to say about that. That's just a little, yes, okay. When things fall apart, it's like, all right, look, we tried to figure this out, but we're gonna fight, and it's whoever's stronger. Like, I can get behind that. It seems kind of reductive, but sure. Welcome to the the Truth is a political minute was not intended at all, but I just think it's funny. It's like, we're gonna have dialogue like that. It's just interesting to see it, like, the conversation actually go somewhere. So. Alright, let's see what's up. The Admiral has informed me of your arrangement. I have in keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Ugiri. To the south stand a gate leading to the pier of small fishing vessels. Look for an inconspicuous Hyrian man there and present the letter to him. He serves as the gatekeeper of sorts. Now, before you go, I am obliged to remind you that the members of the fraternity to which you would be introduced abide in the shadows of the Leviathan society. They value their independence more highly than pirates and united by a bond stronger than mithril. To wit, they are invariably wary of few faces. Though it penned by the Admiral herself, mere words of parchment will get you only so far in their confidence. You must work of every ounce of trust they place you in you. But here is the letter. Go aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. Oh, and good luck. So this is when you unlock... This has gotta be when you unlock Ninja. It's gotta be. If it's not, I'm absolutely blown away and confused. Alright, hang on. I gotta figure out how we get to place. Let's just use the 8th right. It'll save us time. But no, it's got to be where Ninja gets unlocked, right? Like, I think. Let's see. Alright, so... Yeah, it's got to be. Like I said, I remember when this came out, man. Everybody, like... Imagine you come down here. This has got to... Well, no, we're not going that way. Because the Ninja thing's over there. I don't know where are we going. Okay, now I'm confused because I have no idea where we're going. We're talking to somebody about something. Unless we're still actually doing it. It's just like, seems like we're not doing it. Okay, am I getting turned around? Where are we going? I don't even know where we're going right now. Alright. It's like, jump. Can I jump? I can't jump. Can I use... if I was a ninja, I could teleport. Wait, can I jump across that? Please let me jump across that. Yes. Okay. Inconspicuous man. Let's look at this guy. This guy's absolutely a rogue. 100%. Got business with me, Venturer. So you're the man Admiral sent word of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thancred, too. Been a while since we saw his shite-eating grin. But what with all those doe-eyed wenches about, I expect he's got his hands full. Oh my gosh. Absolutely lambasting of Thancred constantly. Ah, and you must be the Far Easterner that what Miralib says wants to train with us. Welcome to Libsa, milady. I am Ugiri of Doma. 'Tis an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when I first learned of your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of the relate membership. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa is a city of pirates, to be sure, and pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be is what my people and my keep to the shadows, but we got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for business that we remain unseen. And so you have developed fighting techniques suited for this purpose, I see. Know that the practitioners of my art, too, are denizens of shadow. 'Tis in stealth that our strength lies. There is much that we might learn from another, I think. Then what in the seven hells are you waiting for? Come with us, Ugiri what's... Oh, man. We could get acquainted in more private surrounds. Huh, that didn't come out right, did it? You hitting on her? Everyone's hitting on you, Gary? Master Tiberius, I shall remain with these people for a time, that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to separate from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been true friend to us, Domans. No words would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to be imparting the martial knowledge of the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it will be an honor to welcome you as a student. I mean, you ain't gotta do that. I'm probably a better ninja than you. I'm just saying. I've been to the Bojin Southern Front. I got the fancy daggers to prove it. You know what I mean? Much and more has occurred since I first beheld Eorzea from the galleon's deck. Suffice it to say, I did not envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When next you meet Lady Minfilia, pray relay to her that my humblest thanks. Would that I could do so in person, but I must needs fulfill my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, Warrior of Light. Alright, so we gotta go to the Rising Stones. Finally, we don't have to teleport back to the friggin' Waking Sands anymore and, like, make our way out there. But I know we'll be doing plenty of going to the Rising Stones, that's fine. I wonder if we're getting close to... I'm trying to think. Wait, where am I? Okay, yeah, we're going the right way. I always get turned around when we first get here. I was thinking I looked at the wrong thing. No, I think... Isn't that Crystal Braves soon? I feel like I read something it was talking about it. It's like, oh yeah, the Crystal Braves. So, you know, hey, want to talk about something topical that won't matter in like 6 months to a year when everyone's watching this? Everyone talking about Discord and how everyone's bailing, right? I don't really like Discord to begin with, but, you know, I myself am looking at Root. I mean, I'm sure it'll eventually become garbage too, but like, hey, you know, it's fine for now. You can just copy your stuff over, which makes it the easiest changeover, so. There's your topical moment.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand.
And yet more voiced cutscenes. Alright, let's go. Tell me all about it, Minfilia.
If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo.
Did he use the Echo? I mean, I guess she's saying it is, so we have to take her at word.
Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul.
I was kind of thinking, is that kind of like how the Ascians take over people's body? Are they doing something with the Echo sort of thing, or what?
But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy.
I'm also thinking about, like, an Endwalker when you kind of get ripped out of your body and put in another one. I wonder if that's kind of something along the same lines, or no?
It was of this that Elidibeth spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan.
Okay, so he did get eaten by Leviathan. I wonder if that was what was happening, but it wasn't really clear.
And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things I'm thinking about that like are coming up. Like Moenbryda. Like people want I don't know. The problem with Moenbryda is she should have been like there from the very beginning or like early on, and been there, and then so when she dies, it has more impact. Moenbryda like shows up, says some stuff, does some stuff, and dies, and you're supposed to feel bad about it. And I'm not saying obviously Eorzea is deeply impacted by it. That is a given. Like they talk about that in Endwalker, if I recall correctly. Right? You meet her parents, and it's this whole thing. And yeah, it's a throwback, and and Eorzea is very hurt by it, remembering that whole thing. But for you as the player, it is not there. But no, so you have that. You have the Crystal Braves. How much of that is that before the end of Part 5, or is that going to be in Part 6? I don't know. I'm just thinking about all that.
There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder, could the legend in fact refer to the Echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Eorzea's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long.
And that's right, the Students of Baldessian, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, Moenbryda is member of the Students of Baldessian. So is Kryl. We've been wondering where Kryl is, because she, disappeared or whatever.
Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady.
Oh, there it is.
It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
By golly, I was just talking about them.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
Interesting.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
For real, please explain.
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be.
Okay, that's a kind of a coy way to say it was obliterated.
'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
Okay, I've seen what that does. That's definitely a thing.
12 preserve.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
That lady at the time, the dunce hat or whatever, just makes me laugh every time I see her.
It is done, my lord. Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
Dude, I thought earlier when he was talking, he was being cool or whatever. I was like, isn't that guy a bad guy? I know the other guy's a jerk, but this guy's actually a bad guy. I remember his name, Teleji, so I guess we'll see. Great Divide. Our friends, the very isle itself, everyone and everything. No, it avails me not to speculate. Eorzea will send word if there is any developments. Until such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one closer to home. It concerns etheric fluctuations which we have previously attributed to the good King Mughal XII. That the king is no more is a blessing in which we have you to thank. Yet all is not well in Twelveswood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. There may even suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, and I would have you... Oh? Asilla, I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. What manner of problem? A band of refugees hailing from Ul'dah this time are come to Revenant's Toll seeking asylum. It would seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave the Domans. At present they are the Seventh Heaven, waiting a formal response. I see. Mayhap this was to be expected. I shall come with them at once. Asilla, you know full well we can't have the resources to accommodate many more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted. I will hear their suit. Interesting. Okay. Tiberius, I would be grateful for your presence at this meeting. Hey, you want some muscle? You want someone in a blue tunic? Someone who looks like Link but cooler? We can get into that. I ain't gonna lie. If I could be like a paladin but have my sword and shield on my back like Link, that'd be sick. I'd love that. It's just like an iconic look, you know what I mean? But like, whatever. Ain't nothing but a G thing, as they say. Wait, did I miss somebody I was supposed to talk to? Oh, I did. So I did. I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. 12 be praised, it is you. We're ready and willing to work, same as the Domans. Just give us a task and we'll see it done. Pray calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know not of your situation. Beg your pardon, Antecedent. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off scraps of Ul'dah for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace one what got took. They say there's work, but there's not for us for an honest man. Not as wouldn't sully his soul sooner in his palms than he rode. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. And it's only getting worse. When Calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us up. They climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run, but the only question was where, and then it came to me. Revenant's Toll. I mean, you took in the foreigners, didn't you? You surely do the same for us. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true that we accepted the Doman's petition for aid, that decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for the organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity, and so it is great regret that I must deny your request. But we've nowhere else to go. You're turning our back on us? If I might have a word. Tataru, is aught amiss? Ill tidings from Ul'dah, my lady. Alphino has been wounded. What? How? Is it serious? I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently, lashing out at any and everyone. That can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. Wow. Okay. We've already had our political minute. We're not doing it again. We're just going to move on. 7 hells. Now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Antecedent, please, if you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got. My lady. We are not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attacked without provocation, then those responsible will have to answer for their actions. How can you be so blind? Find Alphino, and quickly. If he's in danger or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. Alright, sure. Thank you. Please do not concern yourself with the matter we were discussing earlier. Ida and Papalima will see to it. Alphino is being treated by the hour in the hourglass. Hurry, Tiberius. Okay, so I'm going to say one thing and then I'm going to drop it. I am going to refuse to make this politicalcast.jpg. We're not going to do that. Even if things kind of resonate with current goings-on in the world. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to go and we're going to try and help Alphino because some shenanigans are happening to him. It's kind of rough. So let's go do that. Let's go do it right now. We're going to help Alphino. He's just like a little elven boy. What is he going to do? He can't do anything. So we're going to go help him. And that's all I have to say on the matter. We're going to go help him right now. So, and if anyone's starting some static and some chicanery, shenanigans, what have you, we will put them down as such is the way things should be. Man, is the House Valentine thing, is that like in Gridania again? I don't know. You know what else I got to do? I'm pretty sure I have to go and pick up my... I might be misremembering, but I think I have to go pick up my cactopod too.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well.
Okay. Once again, blindsiding me with the actual voice dialogue. Also, the shenanigans are going on. Let's go.
Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident.
See, Alphino's onto it, dude. He knows stuff's going on, and there's some stuff working behind the scenes. He knows what's up. He's a smart elven boy.
There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity?
I'll tell you what it isn't.
There is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist.
Okay, so I'm studying some stuff here. That dude on the left just needs to shave his head. Just needs to do it. That's a goofy looking haircut if I ever saw one. Dude in the middle, you're not doing yourself any favors with that shaving the symbols in your hair thing. That's not gonna happen. And her, she's fine. She's a little on the trashy side, but you know she's fine. But yeah, they're not. You know, you're not doing yourself any favors. Just saying. I don't know, man. If I saw the guy in the middle there, I'd be like, well, you know, put on a shirt, I guess. That's right. I'm judging him. I don't feel bad about it at all. I have a cool hat. What am I gonna do?
Ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor.
I'll be real. If I recall something, this is totally all being orchestrated by people that are trying to do like it for a power move in the the whole thing. Like if they cause chaos, they'll use the chaos to, you know, get more power and wealth. And so they're just kind of taking, oh, that's cool. Like going in the nighttime, the lights came on, that's sweet. But yeah, no, it's like, I'm pretty sure that's just all like a underhanded power play thing.
Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Uldans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry.
They're gassing up the divide, making them hate each other more and more so they can take advantage of the chaos. That's sneaky, man.
The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the immortal flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Have they considered enchanting the situation with mending, so when they get experience, it just heals the situation, like in Minecraft? I know that was a terrible joke, but I'm saying it anyway. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may have not begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Raban has to say upon the matter. Alright, let's go do it. Yep. Alright, so some shenanigans going on, people trying to plot stuff to try and set off a class war in the city. That's not good. So we have to solve that problem. That's exactly, it's kind of politically intrigue that everyone wants to do. So let's go talk to Raban, figure out what he's got to say. Alright, let's see if we can do something cool. Let's jump over the wall, right? Yeah. Hey, what's up, buddy? Now was not a good time, Tiberius. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alphino, back on your feet already. You may credit my swift recovery to your chirurgeons. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation. Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout the Thanalan. We have sent for what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. I can well imagine. Given the majority of the refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tensions between Ul'dah's citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the Domans were turned away, but that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food, I think not. And what of those who have not even a single guild to spend? Who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they could sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well, my point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now the order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. I still gotta look up what anon means in that context. The general is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim, without necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the monetarists would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticisms in the day ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Tiberius. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know what they are. He may balk at your request for such information, but I have no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I meanwhile shall seek answers in my own way, and which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? You want me to use my speechcraft? Man, I played Oblivion. I got like 100 in speechcraft, dude. Let's go. You look as though you have something to say, Tiberius, do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well. The Blast Blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the Blades posted there. Alright, we're going to Lost Hope. Where is Lost Hope? I don't know where that is. So it's out by Blackbrush Station? Blackbrush Station, man? Yeah, we can do that. Okay, so we're fomenting. We got definitely, there's some shenanigans going around. No one else can do anything. We got to do our own investigation to actually solve the problem. I think it's interesting that we're solving these problems, being that we are, definitely people that slay primals, not Midrith and Goodfellow. Tell me all about it. Level 17 Archer, respect. Anyway, but no, it's just like, okay, let's go to Blackbrush Prairie Station for no reason. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously it's Teledji, right? Like, he's obviously the one that's causing all the problems, what have you. But, oh, we got some newbie out here. Muja Deli. I don't know what any of the symbols mean. Level 32 Astrologian. Okay, so not that new. FF11. Man, I played FF11 like a really long time ago. I was at a friend's house. He had an account. I made another character. And I like wanted to play with him, but obviously you can't play on the same computer at the same time, right? Like, that's not a thing. I played a monk. I felt like an absolute powerhouse because I could punch dudes. And I had this 2-hour ability where I could just, I think it was like 1,000 fists or something like that. And you could just, like, it would make it so you just kept attacking and attacking and attacking and attacking, instead of having to wait for, like, the cooldown or whatever. And so you could kill enemies that were way stronger than you. Like, you just could. And so I was able to kind of make my way over to a different starting area. I took a boat. There were a bunch of monsters I tried not to die from, because everyone on the boat just jumped them and killed them. So, there's my Final Fantasy XI throwback. What else have we got? And what brings you here, adventurer? A search for refugees? Well, then you've come to the right place. Ah, you mean those refugees? Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept their situation, and will be content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that, like the merchant who passed through recently. Gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. A friend of the Sultanate, are we? I take means that someone has read my report. The refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return, and I am increasingly concerned that Sazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest idea what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Sazawaka. He will explain everything. Well, with that kind of name, what are we going to say? In the meantime, who's this guy? Level 95 machinist. Alright, I mean, don't know why you're here, but yeah, sure. Let's go find Sazawaka. That's the same person that got embroiled in all that drama with the game? With Marvel Rivals? Ah, don't hurt me, I'm not one of them. Wait, I know your face. Are you not the man from the Church of St. Adalandama? 1,000 pardons, my friend. I mistake you for the thugs who've been tormenting us. If Leofric bid you to speak with me, then I take you've agreed to help. 12 be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under the fanatic spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution and holding the ruling class to account, and taking that which is owed. Ha, a childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of the idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain to see. Look behind yonder tent and you will understand why. Even now he babbles incoherently. So traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed, try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I've no doubt the merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. Okay. Alright, we're going to talk to the terrified refugee. Let's see, how terrified is he? That's pretty terrified, but with that haircut, you're not getting anywhere, I'm telling you. What are you doing? Don't draw, don't draw, don't draw, don't draw, don't draw! Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together, then you'd be here with me, be here to soothe me. Why didn't you have to stay and leave me alone? No problem. I will soothe you, Mr. Man. Who are you? What do you want? Ah, it's true, I followed the merchant, and may the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give up, will not give, you must take, he said. And when he asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited. He split us into 2 groups, sent us off on our own. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing, then fighting, and then everyone was fighting, and the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and... Oh gods, the other group, they're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. Alright. The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of the Lost Hope, but to their approach, that would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultan than try to kill us and listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deeds themselves. A pox on all the bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only we'd never listened to that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though if they were to be forced to confront reality, that's it. Challenge the twins to combat, and show my brethren that the strongest warriors are no match for one man. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot. Are you asking me to go whoop a little behind? Boy, I will ride this whale into combat. I don't feel bad about it at all. Like, they don't know. They don't even know. You know what I mean? I can't even put it to words. They don't even know. They think they know. They don't know. And they're going to find out. They're going to wish they had. You know what I mean? Am I being coy? Am I being snarky enough? We can do it. Let's do it. Go right past all the F's. Go in here. Find the people in the cave, wherever they're at. Okay, so we got Desperate Refugee. There's some people sitting on rocks and what have you. This lady's like, my feet are so wet. I'm so sorry. We got a little dude on this rock. Having a rough day. 7 hells, they found us. Everyone, grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. So that's your game, is it? Sorry to disappoint you, lad, but we're more than willing to kill ye ourselves. Oh, it's bold. Goodbye. Goodbye. Man, that's a rough go for you, you know what I mean? Oh, more people. Is that it? Is that all you got? Oh, no. Oh, I mean, got mad. Whoops. Battlesome Wretch, no. Any more? Any more dudes? Sorry to tell you. Oh yeah, he's not happy with that. You beat him like it was nothing. Thal almighty, what are we gonna do now? It's not whatever you're doing. That ain't working, man. Reminds me, here's a random tale. It reminds me of, I was watching a friend of mine back in the day. He was playing a game called MapleStory. Now, the real OGs will remember MapleStory. It was a time. I made it to getting to unlock Ninja, played to like level 32, and then I didn't play it again. Anyway, years later, I had a cousin of mine come over, and he was like, yeah, playing MapleStory, and he spent real money to get all this really fancy gear, and it did not matter at all. He was still bad at the game, and died, but he looked cool while doing it. You've returned. Did you find my brethren? What are the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better that a handful of them take a beating from you than get a lot butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? There wasn't anybody there. Huh? But where else would he be? Unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others? The merchant wished to approach the refugees in Stone's Throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in the pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him. Convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. Alright. Ride my giant chocobo here. Alright, I don't know where we're going. We're just going to follow the orange arrow. I know, it reminds me, and then you know what that reminds me of? Let's just do 8-track flashback, what do you want to call it? Like pop culture references? I'll just date myself forever. Reminds me of, did anyone watch Zoids? Specifically, I think it's like Zoids, technically like Zoids Zero Century or whatever. The original Zoids, the one actually people watch with BitCloud and whatnot. But I remember there was this one guy in that show, I cannot remember his name. He didn't have any teammates. He had 2 robots as teammates, and he spent all this money to try and make himself like stronger and everything. and it did not matter. Just like how this guy is not going to matter. We're going to kill this guy for no reason. Let's kill him real quick. Let's see what happens. There we go. I don't know if that actually did anything. I don't think those matter, but I'll let you pretend they do. Like, maybe I get something for it. Anyway, I don't know what the technicals are for that. But no, like, he never had any, like, friends or anything. No one liked him. He always wanted Lena to, like, fall in love with him, and it was just not happening for him, right? So, alright, well, let's see. This guy looks up, happy. Let's see what that's all about. But that's what those people with the cell swords remind me of. Like, people gave us swords, we could fight, right? No. You can't, actually. Have you seen my parents? No. They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left us with a man from Ul'dah. The man said we were going to change everything, make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry, and I got scared. Say, mister, are you looking for someone? Let's be a little more coy about it. You mean the man who left with my parents? But I don't know where he... Oh, somebody. Wait, look, over there. I think that's him. Well now, which of these gullible fools shall next be my next victim? Oh, please tell me you're stupid enough to think you can get me. Come on. Yeah, I'd be running too if I was you, dude. He's getting away. Go get him, mister. You got it. You got a chocobo. You ain't gonna get nothing. Let's go. Let's get him. All right. Oh, down over here. Okay. I think I was in another quest at some point, and it took me over here. Then again, maybe I was just at this. I don't know. This seems very familiar. I'm having deja vu right now. You again? Why are you pursuing me? Sedition? Treason? Revolution? That's preposterous. Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorize the streets of Ul'dah? Ah. You have no evidence to prove your accusations? None. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. Yeah, I'm awesome. That's how I have the right to detain you. For the sake of argument, let's say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I give a Kieran's ass about politics? It was only business, only business. Waiting for somebody, buddy? I'll still whoop your ass. I ain't scared. Oh, we got a guy with a bow in the distance. We both know I'm not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I shall tell you everything. He can get killed right now, isn't he? Oh, that looked cool. I mean, it was brutal, but it was cool. The way that arrow kind of had the glint in the air and the whole thing when it landed. That was just cool. I like the way that looked. What's all this commotion? And I'm where, dude, I know it's not meant to be, but I'm an archer. It would look really bad. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. The fact that they don't want to blame me is funny. It's like, hey Archer, do you know who shot this guy with an arrow? No, I don't know anything about it. Hold, adventurer. I would know more about your relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading up to his death. This man was responsible for the recent riots. Mayhap we owe his murder a debt of gratitude. In any case, it is obvious you are not the one whom we seek. You may carry on with the investigation, Silent. Honestly, I very much look like the person that would be responsible for this. It's just like, I think it's funny. It's like, oh, hey, hey, archer guy, who shot this guy with an arrow at like 3 feet away? Was it you? No, it wasn't me, man. I don't even... Bows and arrows, man? Not me. Couldn't possibly be me. I just think it's, like, comical to think about. Alright. Let's go talk to Swift at the Hall of Flames. But yeah, we gotta worm these nerds out, get them out of there. Otherwise, we might become Bill Burr Baggins here. Wouldn't want to be that, you know what I mean? Not I mean. Oh. What news, Tiberius? Where is the merchant? Murdered? Damn it all to the 7th hell. What about the other hells, man? They not mad? Well, what about like the 3rd and 4th one? No? He was not simply murdered, Tiberius. He was silenced. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We may have come closer to identify the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. Alright. That, to me, seems like a perfect time to cut for this episode. We are obviously uncovering things, and things are coming along pretty well. I'll be interested to see. I think if I read this right, I don't think we're too far off from the end of part 5. So, hopefully next one we'll be jumping through it. We'll see what happens. So, with that, as usual, till next time.